Hey guys, continuing our exploration of Arcade by output. This time it's going to be the arpeggiators. Let's dive into it. Right, and they also added a new line, Arps, so we're going to check that out as well. And let's go into the line, and we can see that we have a lot of note kits. This is actually where we can find the arpeggiators because they are on top of the note kits, but the sampler kits are also cool. And this let's just try one of them. So all of them, all the samples loaded are arpeggiated in this line. Right, but we are here for the arpeggiators, so let's go back into our line, go to note kit, and here we have the layer edit. This is where you can find the 3 layers or 3 samples that are loaded. We have the mixer with the different effects. We have modulations. This is where you're assigning modulations to the different parameters. We have the macros, the 4 macros and their assignments, and finally we have the arpeggiators. So we have 3 arpeggiators that we can turn on, and we can actually even turn it off, and then our note kits will just play melodically. Right, and we can turn it on. And we can layer those arpeggiators, and we can also link, by the way. So you can link ARP B and C to A, and that way whatever you do in A will reflect in B and C. And here we have volume, speed, repetitions, swing, and also the type of the arpeggiator. So we can just select up and down, for example. Right, and we can also do something else. We have the pedal here, so we can add the lower note or the high note for every step. Next, we have this main area. This is where things happen. This is the arpeggiator, and you can see that we have sequences, and we can actually add a sequence. So we'll get to that in a moment. So for each of those sequences, we have the rate, its specific rate and number of steps. And here we have a rate of 8 and 8 steps. We're going to mess around with that in a moment. And for each one of them, we have a few things that we can tweak. So we have the volume for each of the steps. We have the length. We have chord probability, meaning, what are the chances that this step will be the chord of the notes that are played. And we can just try, let's go something like this. So the first step will be a chord. And even do something like this. Right, so everything is chorded, and we can also find these dice in many places. So clicking that will randomize. And we can also copy the row and paste it somewhere else, and we'll see that. So there's a lot of things that you can do. And right now I've added a new sequence, and we can play with that as well. So right now I have 2 sequences, and I can just go to the menu on the top here and delete that sequence. I can add a new one. I can change the rate. For example, let's go with quarters, and let's play. So you see the difference between the 2 sequences. One of them is quarters, the other is eighths, and so the speed will change. And what it can do also, let's remove that one. Let's go back into just 4 steps, just so we can get an idea what's going on here. So we have the volume. Let's have everything on 100%. And then we have the length, we have the chord probability. I'm going to just remove all that. And then we have octaves. So we can just play with that and have different notes triggering in different octaves. And we also have panning, so we can have each of the notes play in different side. So we can have left, right, left, right. You can listen with headphones, you'll hear the panning. And then we have chance, which means what are the chances that this step will be played. And well, we can go to the top here and just randomize the whole thing. Right, but we can also use the presets. So on the top here, I have different presets that I can choose. Let's go with basic one. So just for fun, let's select a different kit so we can appreciate more sounds. I'm going to just skip to the next one. And another one. And let's try the next. Right, and here we have the three arps in motion. So we have ARP A, then we have ARP B doing something completely different, and then we have ARP C, again something else. Now on the top right we have this area here where we can slide and just focus on different parts. So if we have a very long sequences, or I mean number of sequences, let's just add more and more and more. So I can just focus on that. It's just a slider. And let's try another kit. So the arpeggiator is part of the note kit, so we can actually add the arpeggiator to any of the other lines, any of the other kits. Let's try something. For example, we can add this to one of those and note kits, and I'm going into, let's do this one and have a quick listen without. Right, and we can just tweak something. Right, and I'll go into tweak, arpeggiator, and turn on the first one, and we can select one of those presets. And we can try some other kit just for fun. And again, we have a lot to choose from. Oh, and one last thing, on the bottom we have offset. So this is to offset everything, all the steps in one go. So for example, if we'll go with volume, we're offsetting everything in one knob here. And if we'll go into length, that will be the length, chord probability, octaves, panning, and the chances of actually having this step play something. So that was the arpeggiators in Arcade. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you have any questions. Experiment with that. Try, if you're not sure, try with a small amount of steps and then go from there. Create more sequences and try out some of the presets, and I'll see you guys in the next video on Arcade or maybe something else. That's it. Thank you and bye-bye.